sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. If all the things you never show, there are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart to slow. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you, and I'm the only one who speaks. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart to slow. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know.
Okay, hey you guys, welcome to the live. Oh, my microphone is way over here. Okay, there, that's better. Anyways, I wasn't planning on doing a live today, but then I saw stuff come out and I was like, why not, right? Tomorrow's the 1 year anniversary for Sebastian Rogers, of course, going on, and I guess the Fox will have the interview tomorrow with Katie and Christopher, and then there's the one that's going to be on the 26th as well. Anyways, let's just quickly say hello, Island Girl Diana. How are you? Support with Steph is in the house as well. Hey, Steph. Yeah, just me solo. I think Melissa's lying down. I think she said in her thing. Okay, so don't forget that Saturday, March 1st is 2025, of course, at 2 o'clock p.m. at the Celebration of Life Church for the Sebastian vigil. I still can't believe that tomorrow is marks a year. It just seems so unbelievable with this case. Stuff that keeps coming out. Just very confused for sure. Let's see here. Well, I think we'll start off with share screen. I think it's think we'll start off with this one here. Hi, Travis. They are on Fox National. You mean tomorrow? I think this is like this one right here. Is this the one you're talking about? Hi, Udasef Hookah. Udasef. Yeah, is this one you're talking about, Travis, tomorrow? Fox 17 News on there. So, saw that picture on as I was getting ready for the live. I saw that one on Clutch Them Pearls. So I was like, snap, screenshot, grab it on there. Okay, so I'll be very curious, of course. Yes, tomorrow. Yeah, for that one. And then the other one's on the day after. I'm sure that they probably you know how channels like they all work together, stuff like that. So yeah. Okay, so we'll go back to here. So well, here, let me just make this a little bit bigger for myself. I think this is okay. So Nick Berez says 1 year ago this week, Sebastian Rogers disappeared from his Hendersonville TN home. This is a grim milestone. The longer a child goes missing, the less likely the child is ever to be found. No one is giving up. As promised, now is a good time to give you an update on the investigation. Speculation and rumors continue to run rampant on social media. Bogus video surfaces, false leads, baseless accusations. If you are hoping for some new revelation here, you will be disappointed. I am simply spelling out the latest factual details from those closest to the ongoing investigation. So this past week, I spoke exclusively to Sumner County Sheriff Eric Craddock, EMA Director Ken Widener, District Attorney Ray Whiteley, and my sources inside the TBI. Here now is what they tell me. It is unknown if Sebastian, who would be now 16, is alive or dead. After a year, it is not a cold case. It remains active with detectives chasing down all leads. Sadly, in recent months, those leads, of course, called in by the public, have slowed to a trickle. Sad. The case is not a criminal investigation. That's because they have no clue one way or the other. Hi guys, hi Joni, hi Crafty Mama, hi Sharon Parker. How are you guys? Put you guys up on there. And yeah, so there you guys go. Hello, you guys. Welcome. You guys, don't forget to please hit the like when you come in. Or if you haven't, if you could do that, please do it in honor, of course, for Sebastian Rogers and keeping his story out there and the facts, to be on the facts and not a bunch of false news when it comes about the facts of the case or the, as close to sometimes facts as we can get. Anyways, so the case is not a criminal investigation. That's because they have no idea, I guess, apparently, about anything where Sebastian Rogers is. But we're gonna play something in a minute. Hi, S Dubs, how are you? Number 8. Yeah. Come on, 21 people. Wow, let me see. Hold on. Okay, there's 0 from Twitter. That means that you guys are all in here. So please just hit that like button. We'd totally appreciate it, of course. Actually, I'm getting this very sad feeling inside because I know tomorrow marks a year, and I know that even today is like a day before. But it's one of those things. I think we're just all looking forward to the interviews just to see what comes out with regards to the Proudfoots. And Seth, I'm sure Seth must be doing something as well. I'm not really sure actually what he's doing, but if he doesn't, I wonder if he'll do something on his own channel. So sadly, in recent months, those leads from the public have slowed to a trickle. Like we said, there remains no evidence of foul play. Sebastian's mother, stepfather, and biological father are not suspects and have cooperated. I know people are frustrated. There isn't more to tell. This sentiment remains. A 15-year-old boy with autism does not just vanish. Could he have run away? Was he abducted? How on earth do you explain it? I wish I could, but I can't, and neither can those investigating the case. They have tracked down every lead, searched every viable area, questioned dozens of people. Did you get everyone? I know. I can't believe it's been a year as well. Yep, yep, yep. It's crazy, crazy. And honestly, this, when cases just really get underneath your skin, and there's an explanation, and yet there's nothing to give an explanation to this. It's just a very strange case. Um, yes, at this playing a video, yeah, in March 1st, I do know that. I just showed that one to S Dubs, like meaning at the start of the live. I always show that visual thing, but I'm talking about for tomorrow marking the 1 year on there. If he'll go on his channel and do a live, or be on someone else's channel and do a live. I would think he would, to be honest with you. Okay, so I know I have not watched it yet. Okay, so I have not watched the Nick Berez uh, live myself. I do want to watch some of it for sure, with you guys, and whoever stays. I know, like I said, I mean, I worked, and I came home, I made dinner. I was just about to just kind of chill out in bed, and then I was like, okay, let me sit down and watch a Sebastian Rogers, or sorry, uh, make a thing for tomorrow for Sebastian Rogers 1 year, right? And then I kind of was just peeping around for a sec, and then all of a sudden I was like, "Oh, wait, what? What? Wait, what?" So, anyways, so did someone threaten Nick B? I have no idea. Haven't watched it. I don't know nothing about that one yet, besides knowing that he did. But Seth and Tony are very sick. Oh, are they? Okay. Well, prayers to them both then. Um, yeah, that's that's rough, especially if they're both. Did they get it from each other? Okay, so I want you guys to listen very closely to Mr. E's video from yesterday, or his live from yesterday, because I was all like amped up and everything like that, but now I'm not sure how amped up I am because this case is giving me a tumor, and I'm sure it's giving most of you a tumor as well. The chat was very rude to Nick. I mean, most times, come on, when there's a free for all, there's going to be a lot of those haters, just like in the lore lodge and stuff like that, right? You know, I'm not a person that really sits there and types during a live, but there's like, when you let things run loose like that, either you have to just not care about it at all, but it can get really thick with what people say in those things. I actually don't really watch chat. I might watch it for a couple of minutes, but I actually can't be asked to watch chat. I just like to listen to what I'm paying attention to. And I really don't pay any attention to the chat too much at all. Something might catch my eye, but I typically, don't even bother to look at it, because mostly it's just scrolling by, and then someone's going pedo, 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 oh, I can't believe, so, this stuff did that, or, did stuff. And I just can't be asked for all that stuff. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so I'm embarrassed for people's, you know, I am too. It's very rare I ever leave a comment on somebody's video. It's very rare. Probably no more than like this many times in maybe a year, maybe longer. I really don't leave too many comments on people's stuff. Um, but anyway, so I can't be asked for the drama of that type of stuff. And so, yeah, it is disgusting to watch people's behavior over and over again. Sometimes, even myself, sometimes like, in saying that, like, sometimes I vent on some things, which almost sometimes comes off like their behavior, because it's just so ridiculous to me what people do for attention, or because they're hiding behind a keyboard and stuff like that. So it's just very sad to see, especially in a case like Sebastian's, or a lot of other these cases. Like, for instance, Sebastian's. Like, why would anyone take down Sebastian's poster? Like, why would anyone do something like that? Why would anyone prevent anyone from trying to find a child? It's so disgusting. disgusting beyond words, because all I ever try to do myself is put myself in that person's shoes. As a parent, I have a child. He's 28. Of course, not a child anymore, but you know what I'm saying. You know, um, again, I just couldn't fathom somebody going through these type of emotions that they are forced to deal with, and then having people try to stop them from looking, try playing these stupid games, sleeping with Seth or whatever late just to get freaking information. Like, how low do you have to sink as a human being? And then to go into chats, like I said, they're keyboard warriors, but really, what they are is disgusting, disgusting people is what they truly are. Because most of those people, you would never ever see them saying it to somebody's face, those words that they say, because they know that they get a big punch right up the nose if anyone ever sat there and said that stuff to their face. But it's so disgusting that behind the keyboard they just say whatever they want. Sharon Parker, what do you mean you're a new YouTube member? This case is beyond wild. It is, and again, at the end of the day, you know, all I can do is do me and stuff like that. Just really try, and with you guys as well, just really try to think about the facts of the case and the plausibilities of this. And it is very confusing, and it will be very interesting because I will always like, although I'm not going to take back anything to do with the personalities of Katie and Christopher, but my mind is always open to options. I'm still open to the fact that Sebastian could have, left. It's a small probability on his own, but it doesn't make sense. But I'm still open to any information, absolutely, because at the end of the day, something happened to Sebastian. None of us know what happened. We can surmise and all that, but we don't know. But I want you guys to listen with me to this, and then think about those words that Nick Berez basically said as he was talking to Eric Craddock. So, of course, this is Mr. East Comcasting. You guys know, a lot of you guys know who he is, probably. And if not, then go check them out. Really nice people. And go subscribe. I can't say they're very nice. My silence speaks volumes. Well, I can't say that I can do that sometimes, especially with certain people like SF Investigates or Christopher Proudfoot. It's really hard. I speak from my heart as always. I speak just from exactly what I'm feeling is what comes out of my mouth. I don't overly have a filter, and there's traits that I like about myself that way. And sometimes maybe not. But all my life, I just have always let my heart guide me. And when I'm speaking, it comes from my heart always. So, like I said, so when I ask you to hit the like button, for Sebastian, I sincerely mean that. I would never say anything that's untruthful for the sake of just trying to bullshit people ever. There's no point in that because to me, those people are very transparent. But does that mean that stops other people from watching them and dropping, $50 and stuff like that or $10 or whatever to them? No, you know, I just like to stay true to who I am as a person, to represent my own self and my own morals. They might not meet everybody else's, but that's okay. That's okay. Is that Charmaine? Hey, Charmaine girl. What you doing? Yeah. It would make more sense if you walked out and found, right, absolutely, Juicy. I truly thought that Sebastian was going to be found within, like, once a day goes by. Okay, 2 days, I can still let that go for a moment, right? That he is hiding, but then once you come to realize, that Sebastian is autistic, and that there's certain traits usually, and they like routines and stuff like that, and I know nothing about being autistic, and there's people that have family members, and but I have no knowledge besides what I hear or what I can read and stuff like that. But when you start learning more, like after 3 days, it's really when I started getting worried. I was like, No, like seriously, 3 days and they still haven't found him. I just thought he was off in some shack somewhere hiding, did it and that they would be found, like that he would be found. Never in my wildest dreams did I think a year later we'd be sitting here today still talking about this case. And truly, it's sad that we are. Da. Oh my God, look at you, you little flirt already, Steffa. Sloot. Yep. So many searches, searched for him within the first week and not even one site or sent him, very suspicious. I know. So, I mean, I know that they can't say it's a well, I mean, I'm kind of shocked that they didn't say it's a criminal investigation, but I mean, I don't understand that. Let me play this. I want you guys to listen carefully to this part of it when Mr. E is talking. I'll take myself off the screen, pump up the volume, and let's hit play. Okay, so again, and I love this comment. I heard SF has some new footage from the grassy knoll that could break the case. I especially laugh about that because whenever I would joke around, I would always say, like, I know who the third man was on the grassy knoll that day. It was just kind of one of those sarcastic things sometimes, But anyway, so when I saw that, I was just like, okay. So let's see here. Let's play. Okay, make it bigger.
All right. The lab says, I heard SF has some new footage from the
Great
grassy
one.
knoll that could break the case. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Oh, that's so
it
funny.
really is ridiculous at this point. How anyone still takes it seriously. I still don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand what he's doing, but
I take Kennedy very seriously. I'm just kidding.
Tennessee Nurse made a good point too. She said we all need to make sure we tune into Nick Berez and give him the respect he deserves, in my opinion. He's the only local channel who didn't partake in this mess. He's going to have some announcements.
Well, that's a good point. He did not jump on this, did he? With this video, is that what you mean?
And we all know that he is friendly with the DA. Very friendly. He always says, "My good friend." If you look at his posts and stuff,
he does claim he's got some kind of news coming this week, some development in the case, and we can only imagine what that is. Cognizance in Crime, thank you so much for that. Says it was a last minute try at creating reasonable doubt. I believe they're aware they're being looked at.
Oh, I think so too.
So I don't know if any of you have heard this part of it or not, but
the rumor is
it's a confirmed rumor.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a confirmed rumor for us. But they attended at least one of their interviews with their lawyer present. So
just think about that for a minute.
Yeah. So I'm going to get into that in a moment.
Yeah.
So we've heard the rumor back in around October or so. People were saying that Katie stopped talking and she's now lawyered up. We kind of believe that was the truth, but we don't, 100% do we know that, but we've heard it a few times, different places. And but now when you've got the lawyer attending your media events, that's something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
And thank you again, Cognizance and Crime. Thank you.
Very much appreciated.
And
thank
Kelsey
you so much.
gifted 5 memberships, guys, real quick. Thank you so much. Now we're going to save the songs for a little bit because everybody's been waiting for an hour for us to get to it. So but thank you so much. And if you received a gifted membership from Kelsey, please tell her thank you because that was super kind and it's not free.
Yeah. So, thank you. I didn't see that. Thank you, Kelsey. We appreciate that very much.
Oh, he's in his head, guys. When he gets in his head, it's over.
Because I'm up first, so I'm thinking of what I'm going to say.
He's up first. Yeah. So, you want to explain why we did this?
Yeah. So
you're going to show the clip.
Yes. So we're gonna the theme for tonight's. So I gotta go back in here and remember how to do this.
You can do it. No, just not when you're in this.
Okay, this part's really funny.
Video you want up there. I'll show you.
I can.
We'll get
click
there.
on that one and then click on it.
So this relates to.
They're not going to see it.
This relates to the.
Oh darn! Never mind.
I know. I'll go back and do it the way I was doing it.
Okay.
This relates to
Never mind.
the theme for tonight's show. This was the where we came up with this basically. And I'm just going to play. And there's a
curse word.
So forgive us for that. But this will.
Yeah. Just one, but it's not a good one.
This is funny.
So get the who, the how, the why, and the why now.
Get the what and the what.
See, why would you say what? I never said what. There's no what's. It's the who, the how, the why, and the why now. All right? Make the case. And make sure it's super fucking tight.
And we need to make it by morning. The who and the
Who?
the who, not the what.
The what?
No, the why. The why. The why.
Okay. So that's one of our favorite shows.
Probably, Joe.
And so so that's kind of what we're doing tonight. We're going to lay out what we think happened. We're going to lay out what we think is the who.
Look at Tony's comment.
Tony says, you remember all those interviews that Seth had attorneys with him? Yeah, me neither. Exactly. So we're going to go through tonight what we think are the answers to those questions. The who, the how, the why, and the why now.
Hot Mess says, OMG, literally watched that part of the show last night, and this case came to mind. That it's so funny because we actually our kids watch this with us, and Middle E is the one that pointed out, when we were talking about this, because we talk about this daily. He said, have you ever done that? The who, the, or now I've already forgotten.
The who, the how, the why, and the why now.
Yes,
I'm going to get to a certain
so, anyway, it's a parts of government here locally that we know, just based on everything.
Are we blue?
There's some things we were talking it through, and we're
okay. So this part right here coming up is the part that I'm talking about. So think about what Nick Berez put out, and then like in that, just a thing that I read there, and then listen to what they're going to say. And this was just yesterday.
We could kind of go either way on a few of these, but we're going with what we think is basically our leading theory about what happened. So I'm first tonight, and then who are we going with? The how is going to be Mrs. E, and then the why is going to be Auntie. And we'll all kind of discuss the why now, kind of toward the end. So I got the who question, and actually I think I got the easiest question. I think if I ask any of you right now, who's the party responsible for Sebastian's disappearance?
And if you hear that, that's Biggie running up and down. He does this little thing where he runs from bedroom to bedroom before bed.
He's got this new routine. He 3 bedrooms to go to bed. I don't quite know what he's doing, but he'll chill in each one until he's ready. But anyway, so this is, I think, the easiest question to answer. Does anyone at this point really still wonder who the parties are that are responsible for the disappearance of Sebastian? And I haven't really had any questions about this for a while. Exactly who did what is the tougher part of the question, but the who's responsible, the who has the guilty knowledge, at least the core people, is to me pretty easy to answer. And it's not even really, in a way, this isn't even our opinion. We are locals. We've been here a long time.
Here, especially
even before we were living here, we had tons of connections here. We've had people in law enforcement in various parts of government here locally that we know, even before we were doing our podcast, for the last year, have been telling us all consistently the same thing. And we've heard it from day one up to present. It's never changed. And that's that Sumner County knows exactly who's responsible for Sebastian's disappearance. They're just trying to prove it. And that message has never changed. These are good sources. So it's not my opinion telling you that it's inside the home, that it's the Proudfoot family that's the leading suspects here.
In your opinion.
Not my opinion. This is what I'm told.
Right.
That's not an opinion. That's a fact. I've been told this. So multiple times through multiple sources, and good sources that have been accurate on other things we've been told.
Right.
And so I'm just reporting at this point. I'm just telling you that's what everything has been told to us from very good sources. And some of them are law enforcement sources. So in a way, I agree.
So did you hear that? Even from law enforcement sources. That well, you know what? I'll let it play out, but this is what, So this is what I want you guys to really think about, what he's saying versus what they're putting out today on that stuff, right? Because it's not like they're just going to publicly say, you know what, we got suspicions about the Proudfoots. And just so you guys know that, that's what we're leading on. But, but they wouldn't do something like that, right? They're going to do what they keep doing, which is at this time, this is, nobody's under suspicion. It's not a criminal investigation. But anyways, we'll get your thoughts right after this, though. I'll keep playing it here.
You with the opinion that, I mean, you don't have to believe me, but I'm confident in that part of it. But if that's not good enough for you, somebody said,
so you have no receipts.
So you have no receipts.
No, this is why we're
doing this. So
yeah.
I'm actually just kind of getting started. So anyway, there's our sourcing. So you could look at us, and if you've been judging us for the last 9 months or so that we've been doing this, what's our track record? Have I ever come out and lied to my audience? My guesses might be wrong, my theories might be wrong, but I've never deceived our audience at all. And if you've been with us, you know that. If anything, we're overly cautious about putting anything out there. We don't run on we don't factor in the rumor from sources that I can't vet. Would never do that. That's kind of been our
thing,
our bar. And I don't put myself out there to get embarrassed later either, because I believe your reputation is everything when you're doing something like this. But let's go back to that interview. I mean, that's actually a great example. You don't have to have the lead detective come out and tell you that the Proudfoots are the lead suspects or people of interest or anything at all. Give me a reason why Katie and Chris were at WSMV doing their interview with their lawyer present on the 1-year anniversary of their missing son. What's the reason if they're not the target of an investigation? What other, I mean, this is a crane operator and a security lady, I mean, if they were like moguls or something, maybe you have your lawyers following you around everywhere you go. If you're a billionaire playboy or something like that, maybe that's a situation. But just normal people don't have lawyers go with them to go advocate for their son on the news unless there's a problem. So what that signals to me is they know that they are the target of a criminal investigation. One or both of them are. What other possible explanation is there? Anybody? I mean, I don't have one.
I don't have one either to this. I do want to acknowledge you can't see me's super chat. Hope the feet and socks have their affairs in order. Thank you for putting up your super chat, and we appreciate you. Sorry.
I mean, I'm just looking to see if anybody's got any other options. I don't know what other possible reason you have a lawyer there if you don't believe you're the target of an investigation. So I believe that's the case. Everything's indicated it. The history of this was early on, law enforcement was saying the Proudfoots, their family, they're cooperative, they're working with police, they're nobody's been, they wouldn't rule anybody out, but they also wouldn't name a suspect or whatever. Everything was fine. Sometime around April or May, they froze Seth out, right? Wouldn't talk to Seth, but they were still kind of talking to the Proudfoot family. Then sometime around October or so, something happened. We don't know what happened, but something happened, I think, to tip off Katie and Chris that they were actually the targets and that maybe they got harsh in an interrogation. Maybe they accused them. Who knows? Whatever happened. Maybe a warrant or whatever. I don't know. But something happened where it tipped them off. And that's when these rumors about the lawyer came about, which we now know is around, at least at the for the news events, right?
And truth for us is they feel targeted. That's why they brought the attorney along with them.
And this is also around the time they decided they need to bring in a disinformation agent to come and start doing some cleanup, some narrative shifting to muddy the waters. And it was fairly effective for a little while. I don't think anybody buys it anymore. Even people on that team are starting to question it because it's so over the top and ridiculous, right? So they started doing all of that. Chris comes out and does an appearance, all upset when it was being revealed that he was behind the scenes dropping narratives to certain creators to put all these rumors about Seth out there. That was back in December. And now we're at the 1-year anniversary, and it will have been 280 days since Katie had been out in public in any form or fashion advocating for her son to come home. Right. And it's with this, and it was, they tried to time it with this little creative narrative thing with the video. They got busted up by WSMV. So they actually did us a favor by releasing that early, because now it's not going to work. They're going to have to regroup and come up with something else. Yeah. So Sharon Marlowe, thank you for that. Video has them freaked out. It was their last hoax.
I think you're right.
I think they're absolutely desperate. And if you look at
thank
them,
you, Sharon.
you look at them, look, I don't know what'll happen. I don't know if they'll be found guilty. I don't know if they'll win at trial. I don't know. But I absolutely believe they are the target. One or both of them are the targets of the investigation.
Seth says right there that they bought a fixer. Okay, I'm going to stop it right there because right now, like, that's really like the juice of what I wanted to share with you guys from this. If you haven't seen this, it's Mr. E's podcast on there, and on his YouTube channel. Hold on a second here. Let me just make it smaller for a second. So as you guys can see, Mr. E's Crimecast on there. So did I not hit the like? Oh, my bad. Okay. But anyways, so what do you guys think about that? Right? Because you guys know people talk. You know, we had it with Delphi. I mean, we had someone that literally worked for, Judge Gull. Her husband worked for Judge Gull and the same thing, and was leaking information, stuff like that. So, what do you guys think of that? About being told that Chris and Katie like are suspects, and again, for me, it's about the channel and where the information's coming from and stuff like that. Like they said that they're locals, that they have know a lot of people and in law enforcement and stuff like that. So I'm curious what you guys think about that. Do you think it's a bunch of bullcrap? This whole stuff is like, that there's, the parents have cooperated, because at the end of the day, still, regardless, they're not going to sit there and put a YOLO out, or a BOLO, I should say. Be on the lookout for shitty ass parents that probably did something to their child or stepson in the one case. But I thought that was very interesting to what he was saying. And then today we sit there and seeing what Nick Berez is putting out and stuff like that. And I wonder if any of you guys are buying it, or if you're still actually. Well, let me take a look at the poll so far. So it basically said, has any information that's come out today changed your mind? 11% said yes, starting to second guess. No, 64% still same, suspicious. And let's see, 11% said no, so it's not a criminal investigation. And yes, my brain hurts from it all, 14%. And my brain definitely hurts from this case, absolutely. Because it's kind of like, so here we're hearing this, and we know that, people that are local, especially if they know law enforcement officers, that it's being talked about, right? Because most people can't, there are some that can keep their mouth shut, but a lot of people can't, especially in smaller places, where everybody kind of knows everybody around there, and kind of like Bobby knows the whole neighborhood. It's probably Bobby. Wouldn't doubt it if it was Bobby, the one that said that the dog walks this way and this way. This is probably Bobby that gave that information, since her house is right there. So I'm pretty sure it's Bobby that's given that information, because she would know if that person walked their dog down Devon and then up to her street, right where her house can see their house on there. But anyways, and, and so, for them, I think that their whole theory is that the Proudfoots And I believe, more so like the flashlight thing, the time and stuff like that. My brain's having a brain fart. What was the last thing that they just said?
December. And
Oh.
now we're at the 1-year anniversary.
Oh, right. I mean, about the disinformation officer. That was funny, wasn't it? And, obviously too about, my God, my brain. I'm so tired, you guys. How did I forget that in 2 seconds?
And this is also around the time they decided they need to bring in a disinformation agent.
Oh, right. The lawyer is what I wanted to bring up. Oh, thanks, Lisa. I have a lot of these like this. I like angelic, like where it's just a flowing thing. And it's got my little. I don't know. It doesn't come off as nice in the thing. It's mostly like this color. But anyways, sorry, it was folding clothes. No problem, Sharon. You're allowed to do housework, I suppose. But yeah. So like, what do you guys think? Like, what would your guys' opinions be about that? Their lawyer was with them at the WSMV interview. That's not happened yet. Why would you like this? This is what's killing me too. Okay. So you're looking, you want your son to be found. And you're literally going to go do an interview and take a lawyer with you? So what? So that the lawyer can like shake their head and don't answer that question, don't answer this question? Like, this is the most absurd shit. Like, can you guys think of a reason, in all fairness, like why you would take your lawyer to an interview about your missing child? Like, call me crazy, but that is a strange. You don't see Seth pulling up with his lawyer. I mean, yeah, he has Tony that, is like a support system for him that helps him. That's to me is different. That's like, Seth needed that. Seth really needed that. I mean, Katie and Chris, they got, Charmaine on there. Maybe because you are guilty. Exactly. Sketchy as shit, to be honest. Charmaine, you guys, if you guys know, she spent a lot of time on this live, but ever since before Christmas, she's been too busy for us. Every now and again, she shows up in appearance. On there. Nah. Charmaine knows she can come up whenever she wants, but sometimes I don't bug people either. Just let them rest and stuff like that. Just like I didn't plan on doing live, but I will be doing something in just a bit here. Hi, in shape of a heart. How are you? Tony's like a guy friend. Guess I should put up your comments so I have a little bit more respect, eh? Well, let's look at Charmaine's first. Sketchy as shit. Yeah. So if any of you guys have a thought on why you would bring up a lawyer, with you to an interview, it just seems so absurd, to even do that. If you're not guilty of anything, right? Why would you need to take a lawyer with you to an interview? Because why? Because Katie doesn't know how to speak, and when she does, are they afraid that their loose lips will sink ships about the truth? Perhaps, it's so ridiculous. Yeah. Just notice I'm watching from my comfy bed tonight. Oh, just need notice. I don't even give myself notice sometimes, Charmaine. Seth is a broken man holding on by a thread. Yeah. Well, Charmaine, tomorrow's the 1 year. If you want to join us up here, don't forget. So if you do, I don't get home till 5:30. So I'll probably set the live for like 6:30. I know everyone and their little binky is going to be doing a live tomorrow, of course. I don't know what time the Fox interview's at. That's the part that sucks, because you guys, like in the East, when they play it 3 hours ahead, for me, that's like 6:30 here is 9:30 over there. By then that interview's already happened and stuff, but whatever, YOLO, right? sometimes you can just watch those interviews over and over again. And then Chris and Katie's thing, you guys know that we'll be watching them over and over again. You're welcome. In the Shape of a Heart. Melissa's sleeping. Melissa is sleeping. Yeah, and I think she woke up around, I think 2 something in the morning her time, and then she messaged me to tell me that she just woke up. You know, I mean, and Melissa it's kind of like anyone I ask, especially like Charmaine or Alexa, or Melissa, I just expect it. Like sometimes I'll ask, but with never the expectation of them saying yes, because lots of times they do say yes, but other times it's like they get tired too and stuff like that. But whenever I ask them, it's kind of like, if you want to come join me, if not, all good, and yes, of course I'm in. Okay, perfect. Yeah, thanks, Charmaine. In the Shape of a Heart. Thanks for the warm welcomes, Maud. You're welcome. In the Shape of the Heart. Really like your name, by the way. Okay, that was a fast year. Absolutely. Okay, so in saying that, yes, okay, yeah. You left your DNA. Okay, again, ask anyone, please just put your DNA, yes, on that thumb button. Hit the share if you can, even if it's just to share it to your Twitter or to, I hate saying X. I cannot, Twitter was so perfect of a name. Tweet, Twitter. So Elon Musk, suck it. Like, suck a fatty. I have messed up my hand. Can't type for crap. Oh, don't you like text talk? What'd you do to your hand, S-dubs? What'd you do to your hand over there? Here, we'll give it kisses better on there. Okay, so you guys, who's watched the Nick Berez 50-minute video? How many of you guys have watched that? Just curious. Asking for a friend. I just want to know that if it's really boring or not. You haven't? Okay. Well, I want to. You know what? I'll play it for just a little bit here. And how was it? How was it in the Shape of a Heart? Like, I'll play it, some of it. I need to. I wish I have the one today. Yeah, the one today. Yeah. Let's see here. Where's Nick? Okay, so I'll play it for a minute here. Volume.
Home in Hendersonville, Tennessee. So it's been 1 year, and I know so many people have followed this case from, frankly, all around the country. I mean, it's gone everywhere. A lot of people have been involved. So many of us care and think about this boy and want answers and want to know what the very latest is. Sebastian disappeared this week, but specifically it was Sunday night to Monday morning, and that would have been February 25th or February 26th. That is, the 26th will be this Wednesday. But I'm doing this now because it was coming off a weekend from a Sunday night to Monday morning when he disappeared overnight. Thought to have left barefoot and with a flashlight, and then was reported missing by his mother, who he was with that night at that home. And since then, not a trace. And so what I wanted to try to do here is just give you the latest of what I know about the case. There are a lot of rumors, a lot of scenarios out there on social media, which is fine because it keeps his name out there. But what I'm dealing with here is basically what I know to be factual, what I know, not my assumptions, not what I think, but more along the lines of what I've been told from those who are very close to the investigation. So who am I getting this information from that I'm going to be sharing with you the basics today? The information I'm getting from where I have had direct contact within just the past week, checking back in with them, is Eric Craddock, who is the sheriff of Sumner County, okay, who from the beginning has headed up this investigation there in Sumner County. He was not the sheriff at the time that this happened, but has since become the sheriff. He heads it up. So Eric Craddock, spoken with him directly. All right. Ken Widener, who's the director of Sumner County EMA. He's not so much as an investigator, but he's in charge of every time a tip comes in of going out and searching and tracking down to see if there's anything to it. They respond. They're the emergency crews that go out and respond to that. And then I've also talked and had close contact with the man who would be involved if this ever becomes criminal, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But that is the district attorney, Ray Whitley, who stays very close contact with investigators, including, I'll mention who else I've been in contact with, some sources within the TBI who are involved in this case. But Ray Whitley is the district attorney. He meets and talks weekly with investigators, standing by, wants to know what's going on, what the latest is with all of that. That's where my information is coming from. Of course, I talked to some other people close to the case, people in the neighborhood, people like this who have been at candlelight vigils, the like. At one time or another, I've had contact with Sebastian's parents, but have not had any contact with them recently. They've certainly done a lot of interviews over the past year, not only on TV, but on social media. So you've heard from them as well. So that's where I'm coming from. And I know there may be some people out there that say, well, Nick, we just don't believe in law enforcement. We're not going to put our stake in law enforcement. Where's the FBI? Well, the FBI is involved to a degree that they are behind a $50,000 reward for Sebastian. I'm just looking for the latest on that. They're asking for tips to be sent to them, but also specifically to 1-800-TBI-FIND. But look, there are people that say, well, we don't have faith in law enforcement to continue this investigation. They haven't broken it after a year. Look, if you've followed missing children cases in the past, and I've covered sadly enough of them, these are not easy cases to solve. And I've followed many investigations in my career. And frankly, there have been some over the years that I felt they kind of dropped the ball on this. They haven't done everything they could do. As far as I can tell, and no one's telling me to do this, I have no stake in this except I want Sebastian found safe and sound. As far as I can tell, law enforcement from the very beginning, with the search and everything else, did this textbook and used every resource that they possibly could, and they continue to do so. So if there's people out there say, well, I want to go with these, I think Dog the Bounty Hunter and others are involved. Hey, good for them. I'm glad they're involved. They're not here. They haven't been on this from the very beginning. They haven't seen all that's been done. I think the more people involved, the better. But I'm not here to slam anyone. And I'm certainly not here to say, well, I don't buy law enforcement. I'm just going to go along with some guy says on social media. It's not the way to do it. And I think that's born out of frustration that we're all feeling right now, and we wish it could be solved. Let me tell you this. No one is more frustrated and disturbed by the situation with Sebastian, aside from his family, of course, than law enforcement. They desperately want this solved. And I can tell you right now, District Attorney Ray Whitley would love it if this case turned criminal and that there was a suspect brought before them. He would be ready to prosecute and go after them immediately. But that gets to this other point about some of the things that I wanted to hit on that is new. And then I'm going to look at your comments and try to answer what I can. Okay. But look, I've talked to them. This is not a criminal investigation. Okay, and a lot of you are going to say, well, the $50,000 reward from the FBI, and it's not a criminal investigation. Let me just explain what that means. And I've talked with not only the DA, but the police chief, or rather the sheriff, this past week, and asked them specifically. Again, people are wondering, is this a criminal investigation now? And they say, no, Nick, what this is an investigation. We're looking into it and looking for any possibility. That does not mean we're ruling out a criminal investigation, but at this point, there is no evidence to indicate something criminal. So we are not calling it a criminal investigation. And you're like, well, how else could a 15-year-old just suddenly vanish? He had to be abducted. Potentially, sure. I hear what people are saying about that. 15-year-olds like this just don't vanish, do they? But there can be other explanations. And in the absence of any physical evidence, any eyewitnesses, any video that really shows him being grabbed or abducted or something bad happening, they're just calling it an investigation.
That's what I want to touch on for a second here. And chances are I'm not going to be listening to all the questions because he has nothing new to tell us really, besides telling us that it's not a criminal investigation. So my thing is this. Just like Charmaine said, none of this is shocking. Of course, Ellie is going to say that to Nick. That's what they want us to know. And I agree, right? I think there's two things here. So when we listen to Mr. E's crime cast there, right? There's things that you say to the public, right? That you're going to put out there because they're not going to want you to know if Katie and Chris are the prime suspects. No. But would somebody say that to someone like Mr. E if he has friends that are in the law enforcement on the, like, more of the lowdown in a sense, without giving away who it is? Absolutely. That shit happened in Delphi. That shit happens a lot. So it's kind of like here. This reminds me of, well, here's the picture we need to paint for the public right now. You know, no criminal investigation, no suspects, no foul play yet, right? Right. They would love to, of course, turn this into a criminal investigation, but the fact is that obviously they need a case to be able to charge someone. And perhaps, you know, again, they're going to play to the public that we're not looking, like, we're looking into this, but there's no suspects at the moment. There's no this or no that. They're not going to tell you anything different than that when they don't have a case themselves, obviously. Like, maybe in a couple months, maybe the tides will turn and we'll all be going, see, you little slime ball, told you so. Not meaning Nick Berez, just meaning what they're trying to portray to us. But for me, and like I said, you know, it's kind of like when you watch the news and you're a dumbass if you literally believe everything that comes out of the mouths, because perception about what they want us to believe and what's truly going on in the background could be two totally different things. So do I think, say, someone like Mr. E and that, you know, his family, really good people, you can tell. Do I think that, you know, like I said, the law enforcement, why would he say that like he said? And when you know, are putting, it's kind of like me, right? When you try to do your due diligence, you do not want to look like a fool. Okay? I look like a fool in Delphi. I ended up looking like a fool. I thought I was doing everything that I was supposed to do, you know, like my due diligence type of thing. But I ended up looking like an idiot, like a lot of other people, probably less than a lot of other people, but still, you know, made my mistakes. I learned a lot from Delphi, and took a lot away from that in a sense. So when Mr. E says, like, if I'm telling you this, it's not just because I'm saying it on a whim. It's because these people that I know, and one's in law enforcement, they're saying that the Proudfoots are being very much looked at to the point of suspects type of thing. But they're not going to come out and say that to us because they don't have a case. They don't have a case right now, perhaps, because they're probably working on one. So that's where I see the difference here. This is what we want to hear. Doesn't necessarily mean it's true. It's just what they want the public to know. That's how I see Nick Berez as, that they're telling him exactly that, you know, and Nick Berez could easily have more information than this, which he probably does, but of course he can't say it. So I personally think myself that there's a lot of chatter lately about, you know, Christopher and Katie turning up to an interview with a lawyer is absurd. When you're looking for your child, what possible reason would you ever need to bring a lawyer to an interview about your child? That is absolutely ridiculous. And again, is the proof in the Proudfoot pudding, right? How the actions and all that stuff. You know, again, we can all use our brains. They might not be guilty at all of anything, and they might be the most guiltiest innocent people ever. They're not showing that. You know, things aren't looking that way. And so if Mr. E is putting out there that, hey, people close to the investigation, like, they're looking real hard at Chris and Katie and stuff like that, Am I going to take Nick, who's giving us the what we want to hear crap? No, obviously not. You're going to take it with a grain of salt, and you're going to read between the lines of what truly could be going on here. Okay. You don't need DNA if not criminal. Correct? Wait until you hear what people will say after this video smacked my head. Read between the lines, Nick. Oh, there you go. Charmaine just said the same thing. They prepared statements until they have evidence. Their statement is going to be the same. Absolutely. Just like this whole not a criminal investigation type of thing, right? Again, and let's say hypothetically that the Proudfoots, right? Let's say that they're really like they're like suction cups on their ass, and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, what was I going to say? Hold on. Prepared statements. Yeah, until they have their evidence, the statement is going to be the same. So when they say that it's not a criminal investigation, right? Perhaps they're purposely doing that, purposely saying that for the time being, up until they smack some fucking handcuffs on them. Oops, guess what? Criminal investigation. You guys are being charged with the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. It could be one of those things, right? Because we all know that this is kind of like textbook shit, what they're doing. This is just your typical, we got to hold it close to the vest, blah, 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 blah. Here's what we know. The parents have been cooperative in all ways and blah, 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 blah. There's no signs of what happened to Sebastian, blah, 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 blah. And why is Chris and Katie? Like, why are they truly paying for a SF loser investigates? I do not believe TBI checked their houses or cars or cell phones to have figured anything out. You don't? Well, I do believe that they checked it. Now, again, S-dubs, could just be a matter of time. Could just be a matter of time of putting it all together until there's like a solid case to say, you guys did something to Sebastian. Tricked ya. Ellie didn't follow the textbook in my information. Maybe we're talking about two different things there. Because to me, what they're putting out is just textbook stuff. The stuff that they're saying. The parents haven't had anything involved. Blah, 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 blah. Same shit. I can agree with you there, Sonny. My beef is he contradicted himself, saying the total opposite of what he said in a prior video. Thank you. Exactly, Sonny. I was saying that earlier. Look at that. Charmaine, I don't need you. I got in the shape of a heart. Someone that always agrees with me. Just kidding. Who said that? Who's on first, Loxy? Who said what? I don't know. Okay. I don't know why, but feel like NB post is psychological warfare for the Proudfoots in my information. Nick already claimed he was told it was a criminal criminal in a previous post. Yeah, these people are playing with our freaking minds on this shit. Even FBI retired agent Jennifer Coffindaffer, who actually is an FBI agent, right? Even she said that putting out a $50,000 reward is not something. Like, seriously. Why would think about that? Let's just think about that for a second. Why would FBI add $50,000 themselves to finding Sebastian? When do you truly see that? Usually it's Crime Stoppers or because of people's donations and stuff like that. But when do you truly, honestly remember? Tell me, you guys, what cases do you guys remember recently where the FBI added a reward for the disappearance of a child? Is there many? And I think Jennifer Coffindaffer said the same thing. Anyways, we'll go back and we'll watch a bit more. But either way, this guy answered me like last year when I was talking to him. Now it's just like he looks at it and just like never answers anymore. It's not like I spam him with messages, but kind of more now. It's like, dude, just have a little respect, okay? Just a little acknowledgement or something. Okay, if you're gonna look at a message, just be like, I don't know. I don't care if it's one word. Like, not talking about it. I don't care. Okay, where are we here? Facebook. Okay.
Investigation. It is not a criminal investigation. There are no suspects. From the very beginning, yes, the first suspect, whenever something like this comes down, are those closest to the person who's missing. And that would be the parents. Oh, you bet. I've said this time and again. They have vetted his mother, stepfather, and biological father. They have checked and double checked their stories. They have interviewed them. The family has cooperated. They haven't lawyered up and clammed up and not cooperated with police from the very beginning. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, his mom, she was the one there. She had to be. Really? Give us the proof. Where is it? Okay. I mean, you can go ahead and guess or whatever. There's no proof. To this point, there's no evidence whatsoever that anyone close to him had any involvement in what happened to him. So what else could have happened? He could have wandered off on his own. He could have fallen into some crevice that they haven't searched, which I find hard to believe. And he has not been found and got hurt. He maybe somehow ended up somewhere where he was in a dumpster for some reason and got carted away, even though they have searched a landfill. I don't know. I'm as at loss as anyone else. So in the absence of all else, do you think there's a possibility he was grabbed or abducted? Absolutely. And law enforcement will acknowledge that is a distinct possibility. But they say at this point, there is no evidence of that. They don't see anything. Trust me, if there was some inconsistency or some evidence or something that pointed to any one of Sebastian's family members, they'd nail him and hope that they could break and crack him, and then Ray Whitley would prosecute. Now, I'm not saying that evidence might not surface as this continues, but as we speak here right now, there is no evidence of that. And if you're tuning in here hoping to hear some new revelation, the sad fact is here we are a year later, okay, and still talking to all of those who are close to this case. They are no further along in terms of any new leads. In fact, I'm told now the tips and the calls that had been coming in on 1-800-TBI-FIND have really pretty much slowed to a trickle. There just hasn't been much. I mean, the story is still out there. Of course, with time it fades, but it hasn't faded for law enforcement. I asked, is this now after a year considered a cold case, which means it's kind of on the back burner. It's not going to be solved. If something comes up, fine, but we're moving on. And they said, no, this remains an active case. We talk about it every week. We look at the possibility of any reports along the lines. All of that, okay, is something that they continue. So it is not a cold case and it remains active. There's reward money out there. Have there been more searches? Some people said, well, they were going to wait for the change of seasons and go out here. I know that there have been private searches conducted. I know family members have been involved in searches. I know Ken Widener has had crews out in response to certain things. I know there have been photographs sent from around the country. I had some photos sent to me today from someone who saw a person that looked like Sebastian in Salt Lake City. I think it was probably a few weeks ago that I was someplace, I'm trying to remember where it was, and I saw someone that resembled him. And I just.
All right, this is for my own curiosity now. Has anyone in real life seen someone that looked like Sebastian? Has anybody? I mean, that picture though, at that park thing with that other boy. Oh my goodness. You want to talk about a doppelganger? For me, I did. I saw someone, but the thing is that I was walking. So it was just over here where I live. There's a treasure store. It's a thrift store is what it is. And I happened to be walking by the door, and all of a sudden there was someone that looked like Sebastian. And it was only because he was right there. And I was actually like, I didn't want to make it look like I was going back to go stare at him because he was like right at the door there. And then I was just like, no, that still bugs me to this day that I basically saw this kid that looked like string bean like Sebastian. He had on black glasses but he was looking down, and I was like, I literally did that take. I was walking by and I was just like, holy shit. And then I was just, like I said, I didn't want to kind of go back and sit there and stare, at the kid, because he was kind of, like I said, he was doing whatever he was doing, he was looking down. But I still want to kick myself to that day, So even when I read the post that they're looking in, United States and Canada, I'm just like, what's the chances he's in Walnut Grove over here? But you never know, but I do kick myself because when I caught him, he had that sandy brown hair and brown glasses, and lanky, just like Sebastian, or the black glasses there. But yeah, so is anybody else? No, not where I live. I haven't, but I'm sheltered. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sheltered too. I just so happened to be what it was. I think I was coming back from the vape store, and like I said, so it's kind of in one of those little those little tiny outside mall things. And so, like I said, there's a thrift store as I'm walking past it on there. But yeah, I really do sometimes want to kick myself, just because normally, like, I think it was at the time, like, it was right near the start of when Sebastian was missing. And I was like, and the reason I more brushed it off is because I just thought, he's not up here in Canada, Oh, hey. Hey, Seth. Nice to see ya. Hey, Seth. I know that the 1 year. Are you doing anything for the 1 year tomorrow, Seth? Yeah, biggest hugs, buddy. It does make it hard because, when I just seen Seth's name there, you're instantly reminded that, this is his child that we're speaking about. Yeah. Prayers to you, Seth. You know that at least this channel supports you absolutely 100%. Yeah. Just curious though, because I know that there's the interview tomorrow with the Proudfoots and then the day after. Then I was thinking, I haven't really seen anything. Not really sure if Seth's doing anything tomorrow. If he had any plans or not. If you want to come up here, Seth, feel free. Just let me know in chat. If you don't want to, then that's okay as well. I just wasn't sure. I wasn't planning on doing a live tonight, but actually I wanted to work, to be honest with you. Yeah, I wanted to work on a video for Sebastian's 1 year tomorrow and stuff like that. And then I saw this stuff come out and I was like, okay, I can do that after the live. It's our pleasure, honestly. Like I said, it's been since the start. Can't believe we're at the 1 year mark. I know you definitely can't, for sure. Yeah, give you guys know, give Seth, biggest hugs and hearts and stuff like that. I just honestly, it's one thing to talk about Sebastian, but when Seth's actually in the room and stuff like that, like in the chat, and like I said, this is his child we are speaking about, it's just the most heartbreaking thing that we could feel for a human being, to have to go through what any parent that's missing their child and has no clue where they are. Yeah. On there. Okay. So anyways, if you did, let me know. If not, that's okay too. I just because you're there, wasn't sure if you wanted to pop up or not. But either or, okay, guys. So in saying that, we'll watch a little bit more of Nick here as well.
Walked right up and stared at him. All right. I mean, I didn't just, well, that might be him, I'm going to call it in. If I see someone that looks like Sebastian, I'm going up and checking. I've seen enough photos that I can tell up close.
We will find Sebastian. We just have to keep the faith. Yeah. I truly, truly hope. I really do. My feeling with Sebastian, I just feel like someone has hit him. That's what I feel. But, you know, I'd rather think that way than not, for sure. It hits hard when you're here, Seth. It does. Like, honestly, I just want to tear up and cry, because just always thinking about the pain that this man is in, and to sit there and watch, like, the trolls, who cares about them? They mean nothing. They literally mean nothing, you know. To sit there, we all, okay, you know what? We all know that Seth has shown every ounce of what exactly a father, a parent would be doing for their child. You know, he's a broken man. And like I said to you before, Seth, when we were on the live, you know, I have one child. He's 28 years old, my only son. Right? So like I said, to sit there and even try to put myself in your shoes is just, like I said, the most unbearable pain. And then to know it's been a year, it honestly feels like it's 3 or 4 months. And yet you can just see it with Seth, eh? He's just so broken. He's tired, exhausted. It's almost like someone running on fumes because they have to keep fighting to find their child. You know, if you guys remember the Karina McClurkin case, the grandmother, right, for all those 6 years, you know, trying to find her granddaughter. And then it finally happened. And it wasn't the same, the event, but at least Karina McClurkin was finally laid to rest, instead of having no idea whatever happened with her, you know. And the grandmother was just everywhere, you know, talking, doing interviews, being out there. 5 years, no, sorry, 6 years on that. Anyways, biggest prayers. Nick was disappointing today. Well, that's what I was wondering, because I know, like I said, I got off of work and then stuff like that, and then I seen it, and I was like, 50 minutes. I mean, chances are I could probably give the guy maybe about 20 minutes of my time, you know, because it's honestly, there's nothing like there's, I mean, he said it basically in the post, you know, all what really had to be said. We're not stupid. We understand exactly how, you know, like the law works and what you need to do to have this and that and this. But we also know that what happens, what we're projected at seeing, and what truly is behind the scenes, or what truly is being said to people. Again, the same thing happened in the Delphi case. You know, we had a lot of some insiders talking with our channel. And it's one of those things, because people just want to find justice, you know. And that's why in the Delphi case, people were just looking for justice for the girls. They didn't give two craps if they were, you know, secretly talking to somebody, you know. But anyways, let's read some more of your comments. Seth is the real deal. He will see Sebastian again. Yep, that's what I'm praying. Yeah, I truly hope Sebastian, what, you know, I truly hope that that Katie, like, tried to hide him. You know, that's what I hope. Prayers for Sebastian to be found out soon, and I pray that he is somewhere safe. Prayers and peace and strength for Seth and his family. Yeah. We will never forget Karina's grandmother. Absolutely. That was a beautiful moment, wasn't it? Remember, especially with her and Blaine. Do you remember that? You know, that was one of the best moments. Wear green tomorrow. Right. Oh, yeah. So, like I said, and Seth, maybe you could pass that on if you're still in here. Oh, I think Seth has seen it. Seth, are you still in here by chance? He's probably seen it, I'm thinking. So again, you guys, tomorrow, just like this avatar, and I did put a post on the community post if you guys want to grab it, but put this on your avatar tomorrow for the 1 year in support of Sebastian Rogers. You know, so do that. I feel like he's seen it. I just don't want to overdo it for people. We love to know what Seth thoughts of Nick's. You know, I don't want to speak out of turn for Seth, but I think there was a point there. I remember, and I don't know if Seth feels the same way, but I think he was pretty angry with Nick Berez and the whole flashlight video and stuff like that. I'm not sure how he feels about Nick now, but I do recall that he wasn't like a big fan. Most of us know Nick Berez has always flip-flopped on the news. I wouldn't put any stock into what he said today, especially when he has contradicted himself repeatedly. You know, sometimes to me it's what people will do for a story, you know? And sometimes morals and stuff go out the window. That's why I could never do stuff like that. Because behind the scenes, what you have to do, in a sense, and sometimes you have to sell your soul to the devil and stuff like that. Hi, Seth. Sending prayers, love, and big hugs to you from West Wisconsin. Your handsome son, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, will be found and brought home to you. Sebastian Strong. Thank you, Lady Roses. Sebastian, I could watch it a million times, or you'll watch it at the end of this live on there. Anyways, that was really nice of Seth to pop in. I know that he's, you know, tomorrow literally marks a year. Yeah. Oh, so you agree? Okay. I can't even say SF without that. Okay, you know what? Since you're here, Seth, I'm gonna play this one for you for this one. So give me a second, just for you, okay? I know tomorrow I'll do a different one, and but let's. I think he's seen it, but let's do this for Seth while he's in here. Of course, for Sebastian. Give me a second as I find it. There we go. Okay, so there you guys go. I know it's a hard one, and don't make me cry, Seth. I'll be doing one tomorrow for the 1 year. You guys, thank you for all the love that you're giving Seth. Yeah. We play it right after the intro for It's a Crime and Shame. We play this and then we do it at the end of the night. Shit. Yeah. Just trying to honor your son, Seth. To find him, keep his case out there. You guys, I mean, I feel like I'm Seth right now because he's always crying too. That's what I'm talking about. He's always still. He gets so emotional. This isn't even my child, but it's because, when I saw just, said I want to say this again. When the first time this came to me was on the 26th of last year, when Aspen had sent it down, sent it to me from TikTok, and like I said, nobody had been covering the case that particular day. We did a live on it on the 27th and stuff. But as soon as I saw Sebastian's face and that big smile, and for me, it's always about the connection to a case because I like to cover kind of one case at a time mostly, and just kind of delve right into it. And, and Sebastian has been one of those cases. He has a beautiful aura, beautiful smile. And anyone that says anything different should be ashamed of themselves, or anyone that tries to distract from finding this beautiful boy. Hang your heads in shame on that one, honestly. This is a child. Anyways. Shit. But we know, sorry. Seth is catching me off guard here. I wasn't expecting him. It's not that I don't think sometimes he might pop in or something, sometimes secretly or whatever. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But he's catching me off guard because I instantly go back to all his interviews and that he's done. And every time when he's talking about his son, he focuses always on his child. That's what his interviews and his podcasts and stuff are about, is Sebastian and bringing Sebastian home. And that's where the focus is. And Seth, usually throughout most interviews, there's a point there where the reality always kicks in and he breaks down. Keep the faith. We will bring Sebastian home. Absolutely, Seth. Sebastian strong. Sebastian's army. All right. Sebastian Wayne Jake Rogers is our child. Say thank you for sharing your son with us. Yeah. Still can't believe it's been a year. Hugs and prayers, Seth from Florida. And I heard you were under the weather, Seth. That you and Tony were under the weather. I don't know if that's true or not. But if you are, biggest hugs to you both. And I'm so glad, Seth, that you have, I wasn't sure what to make of Tony at the start. I liked him. Then I kind of didn't for a bit there because I always was so used to listening to you talk. But, I'm so glad that you have Tony in your corner that supports you. It's kind of like when Charmaine or Alexa or Melissa come up here, like they're my wing woman in a sense. Sometimes you just need that support, and that friend that is just there to help you. So I'm so glad, Seth, that you do have Tony as someone, and whoever else you have, but Tony is the one that comes on the lives. He has your back. And so I'm so grateful that you have somebody, and I'm so sorry what you've been through this entire year. And the most important thing being finding Sebastian and what happened to him. You guys, I know, agree with me. So Sebastian has stolen our whole hearts. Yeah. That's a great picture of you and your baby, Sebastian, in your arms. I know. I seen that one not too long ago. I think I'd seen it before, but I seen that picture as he's holding Sebastian when he's a baby. And then Seth is looking pretty damn handsome as well in that picture. And it's such a cute picture. It's such a great picture. I love it. Yeah. That's a great, yeah. I thought it was, but Tony sounded awful on Justin. Oh, did he? Oh, okay. You talk about clutch them pearls, yeah, on there. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness. Seth threw me off now. Got me all teary-eyed and stuff like that. And I know this is so tough. This is birthdays, Christmas, special event days, stuff like that. But tomorrow marks the year anniversary for Sebastian Rogers. And just got to keep his name out there, keep his case out there, because there's so many cases that don't even garner this type of attention to it. You know, I'm so glad that this one did. I was, because again, when it comes to cases and that, right, we're in true crime. It's one of those things that really, truly, unfortunately, it's not going to happen. But sadly, most people, you know, constantly putting down, creators and bashing, or just do lives to bash other creators and smack talk and stuff like that. But, you know, it kind of is true, though. As long as they're keeping Sebastian's name out there, there's hope that, you know what I mean, than dwindling like sometimes cases can do on there. Anyway, Sebastian Strong. And again, we'll do a live tomorrow. All right. Anyways, biggest hugs to you, Seth. Okay. And I know Melissa would want to say that as well. The biggest hugs. I know she's not here tonight. But I know that she very much cares about this case as well. And okay, so let's watch Nick for just a little bit more here.
If it's him or not. And I went up there. You may have thought I was a little weird. What are you looking at? But I went up there to look at him and just kind of glance. And I realized, no, that's not him. But I checked it out. Almost all of these photos, a lot of people say, well, I thought I saw someone, or there was a report in Seattle, or the airport in Salt Lake City, and whatever. They do their best to track those down. There have been some photos from around the region here during the past year that showed someone that looked like him. They vetted that out and found out it was not him. So it remains just a confounding mystery. I'm trying to think where else to go with all of this. It's
Seth, if you can answer this, because this is picking my butt. Totally forgot about this. If you're in here still, could you answer the one question? Because this one's picking my butt, and it's going to drive me crazy inside until I actually know the answer. The flashlight. Remember when you were on your own channel? I think it was. And you're like, ooh, the flashlight video, whatever. Okay. So when you were on Pascal and that, you talked about the flashlight video. I think I had brought it up as well. But anyways, and you had said that the Elliot, showed you the video. And so both you and Christopher separately, him talking to Gray Hughes, had said that you were shown it, and it's trash truck is up here type of thing on, I think, Honeysuckle or something like that. And then and I thought maybe I heard you say that you weren't even sure anymore. I can't remember for sure though. But then when you were on Nancy Grace, if you're still here, okay, then when you were on Nancy Grace, you made the comment that they've never talked to me about this video. And I was like, wait, what? Wait, what? Is that a flashlight video or a garbage truck video? According to Ellie. So, I mean, it's driving me bonkers, because every time you think you have something straight, then it's like, Anyways, if you're not here anymore, I'm gonna get you on that question. Drives me crazy, because in your head, you're just trying to sort everything out. You're just trying to legitimize. Is it this or is it that? Right? Because it's one of those things, like, no matter what, people are going to believe what they want to believe regardless. But for me personally, like I said, you want to look at every aspect of those timeline around Sebastian's disappearance. And if it's truly a trash truck video, even though we saw the trash truck. But I wish that Nick Berez, honestly, like, he put out that video, right? Zoomed it in. Okay. So why didn't they just put out the whole damn video at some point then? Instead of giving us just these lights moving around. Yes, a few more pieces were leaked of that video. But he's the one that put out the video, which started the whole chain of reaction, right? And so Nick Berez, for all we know, because we don't know, right? Kind of like what SF did, with that video on Kellen Lane yesterday and stuff like that, trying to sell us bullshit. Right? And it's kind of like I said, like when you're putting out shit that's not true or factual, then of course it just becomes like a loose cannon, right? Because there's a lot of people that are going to fall for it, buy it, and stuff like that. So he put out, Nick Berez, that little piece of video. You couldn't see shit, but at the end, like, so why would you not include the full video with that to say, this is the portion from that video that happened on the corner of Stafford and Kellen there? Why would you do that though? Like, to me, it's kind of like SF putting out those pictures, right? And it's kind of like, let me put little blurs over them, you know, and stuff like that, like as if they're playing games for whatever attention. But don't you guys, does not piss you guys off a bit? It's always pissed me off. I want to say that for sure. Is that if you're going to put out the little piece of the footage, why didn't you then show the whole thing so that anyone watching that video could at least look at the fullness of that clip properly? Agree? Well, surely though, but that's just it. That's the thing is that at the end of the day, it's only if you determine that those lights are from the, you know, what do you call that? The courtyard area, right? It just depends on how people look at that, right? So when people say it's not about the trash truck being on the grass, right? Well, in a sense, it was about the trash truck lights being up on Honeysuckle, right? That it was driving by type of thing. Doesn't make sense to me when I look at it again because it's higher and lower and stuff like that. But anyways, but the thing is that before you start this big commotion by putting out that little video, why aren't you, unless you're doing it for the story's sake, right? But then why aren't you in turn, in the common area, thank you, putting out the whole footage? Then people could have drawn a conclusion a lot better based on the full video instead of creating this. And this is where I think that, say, Seth, you know, just really wasn't a fan of Nick's from the get-go part. It was almost like, I believe, someone just doing something for a story and doing whatever to get there type of thing and not caring. But something like that anyway. But anyways, so that part pisses me off because we had a couple little drops of a 19-second video and a 34-second video. You know what? If you're going to leak that part, then do your due diligence and leak the whole thing after, at least, to show, look, this is a whole thing. This is where that is coming from in this section. Because obviously in the big video, we're going to see those lights. But to sit there and get a 19-second clip and a 34-second clip on top of his one that came out, and then to get those ones after, no. Right? Because the other ones don't really make sense either. Because in the 30-second one or 34-second one, it's like that second light just stops as if someone's not moving anymore. So if you're literally watching the video, how does the one light just stop once it has moved and it just stops for 30 seconds? You know, if somebody's holding it, no one's like freaking like this for 30 seconds without giving some sort of, you know, jumble to it. So it would just be nice if these games and shit didn't have to be played. You know, like I said, if you're going to put something out there, then put it out there. Not with these stupid blur marks and all that crap that have no, you know, that don't really matter. I can understand blurring the car on Kellen. I can understand that because you're going to have those morons that are going to sit there and they're going to go start being in private PIs there and they're going to start hunting down a vehicle that looks like that. And the next thing you know, neighbors, you know what I mean? Because people do that. But that's not really what I'm saying. On this part, it should have been that video in the thing. Just bugs me. Always has. Find Sebastian, win Jake Rogers, get justice. Sebastian's army. What time is it? 9:10. Okay. Excellent point. I've won that myself in the common area. Heck, that kid looked so much like Sebastian. Oh my God. You know what? I was with Seth on that one for sure, because even Seth thought that looked so much like his son. He did. He absolutely did. You know, and I was truly hoping that it was. I was just truly hoping that, okay, somebody has him. They're trying to, because some people, like I said, some people are like that. There's those weird ass out there that think that they're doing, good by doing weird shit that anyone else would, deem as more like insanity or insane or crazy. Because those Fruit Loops do exist. That would take a child, think, that's why I thought maybe a teacher, right? Like maybe there was a teacher that Sebastian had talked to that, was like, oh, you poor child, like I'll be your protector. Because people do that weird stuff. They just do. Look at what we see all the time in the news, right? Okay, just a little bit more and then we're done with him.
Just heartbreaking to me. I try to think of other cases. Summer Wells, of course, comes to mind. That's the tragic case out of East Tennessee. And that little girl has never been found. A lot of people thought maybe her parents were involved, but law enforcement never found a link to that. And she remains missing. She was, I think, only 5 years old. Another one, Joe Clyde Daniels. He disappeared. And again, after the fact, his father, under questioning, confessed to killing the boy. And there was a trial and he was convicted and he's serving life in prison. But had the father never confessed, had he not broken, that case would never likely be solved because Joe Clyde's remains still have never been found. People disappear. We can go back years. Janet March, remember that case from the 90s? Her husband, Perry March, is serving life in prison for killing her, but it took a while to get him, but her body has never been found. So a lot of people who say, well, law enforcement's not doing a good job, they're not doing enough. There is a lot of pressure on them. But finding this when they do everything, sometimes things are like this. The Holly Bobo case. Holly Bobo disappeared for a long time. They had these suspects.
So to be honest with you guys, if you want to go watch him, go to Facebook, type in Nick Berez there. I honestly don't really want to watch anymore of him because all he's talking about now is cases. And I get it. I get what he's doing. He's talking about cases, where, but talking about when you don't find somebody and stuff like that, never been found. And I get that. But honestly, I'll watch the rest of it perhaps later. I don't know. Because, there's nothing new that he's going to say to us, to be honest with you. Okay? Then what we already know. So for anyone doing that, but I'm going to move on myself. Let's go talk about douchebag. Let's go talk about him for a sec. Okay. So we're going to go over to Twitter. Okay. All right. The video, SF investigates. I loved how he blocked me, but yet I keep seeing I can still keep coming over to your thing, SF. When you're watching just so you know, that's a great block you did on me. So I can still keep seeing your stuff. Sometimes the odd time it will say, this person has you blocked. But anyway. The video released of the unknown person captured in the 12:17 a.m. surveillance footage was reportedly deemed irrelevant. No shit, Sherlock. However, a scent-specific canine tracked from Sebastian's home up Stafford through the backyards and to the exact spot on Kellen Lane where this unidentified person was walking. Why can't we simply get confirmation on whether law enforcement absolutely knows who this individual is or not? Is he kidding? Like, is he right? Like Dummy Books 101? Like, seriously? So SF wants law enforcement to basically, you know what, SF, let me just pull you to the side. Let me just tell you, who exactly this person is. As if. What? Okay. How many times have we heard that there was no scent of Sebastian? that there was literally no scent of Sebastian that left the yard. No scent. They've said it multiple times that there was no scent of Sebastian. There might have been a air scent like they talked about. So why do they keep pushing this narrative? Hi, Bossy. Oh, I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. See, you guys know how to do it. Thank you so much for doing that, Bossy. So hopefully all you guys can do the same thing, okay? Again, on the community post, that picture is there. So you guys can grab it and use it for your own as well. But to honor Sebastian for the 1 year tomorrow, he gave no hope. No, he didn't. But anyways, oh my God. You know, when somebody always gives shit to other people, you know, again, I mean, you guys already know how I feel about this dude, okay? But to literally think, so here he is taking the narrative, you know, and then you see these channels run with this crap again, right? That Sebastian, out of all the cameras that are around there, managed to ninja through the backyard. And then guess what, you guys? He started walking back down Kellen right in front of the camera. Oops, bad Sebastian on that one. What a moron. This guy's a total moron. So of course, so track Sebastian home up Stafford through the backyards in the exact spot on Kellen Lane where this unidentified person walking, the one that's walking their dog, we can't simply get confirmation. We are told to remain vigilant and submit any leads about Sebastian. I think it's a fair question. Why do we need to know this? Why? They already know who it is. Why do they need to let you know this? If it was relevant, they would let us know. But guess what? Just like you, they ain't going to tell you shit. And why was a specific dog tracking canine on scent at 8:30 a.m.? See, he's focused on the construction area. On February 26th, at the exact location where this individual appeared on surveillance, there seems to be an attitude from those who believe foul play was involved that finding Sebastian isn't important, that the only thing that is important is placing blame. Oh my God, the hypocrite of the year. Playing pretend law enforcement and pretend prosecutors does nothing to help find him. Well, just kind of like pretending to be a PI agent that really sucks at his job and is unprofessional as shit. Give me a break, right? It's like priceless reading this stuff. What does it help find him in searching? Creating awareness. Exactly. So all SF is doing, again, guess who's the Proudfoots, right? Who's paying the bill? The Proudfoots. You know, I don't know if it's like to me, SF and Christopher Proudfoot, two peas in a pod. Two peas in a pod. Narcissist 10.0 SF, Narcissist 5.0 Christopher Proudfoot. But to sit there and keep putting out information because he thinks he's so special and can find it all, because he is focused on that construction area. But to keep putting out stuff, what part of that, when Ellie said that there's no scent that traced Sebastian? We remember the dog video. They just kept circling around the driveway and on the grass and couldn't pick up nothing. But they literally came out and said that there's nothing, there's no scent that led. So somehow Sebastian just ninja'd through the backyards. He bypassed the camera that's totally facing the Proudfoot's backyard and any other obstacle just to go make this huge mistake and go, oops, look at, there he is at the top of Callan. Or is it the dog? That's the guy that's walking the dog, like they show, like you know, Bobby the neighbor, binocular Bobby, busybody Bobby there. You know for a fact that she's the one that's probably given that information about that, about seeing that owner that takes their dog up Devon and then comes back down Kellen. So why is he, again, for the people that keep wanting to push a bunch of lies and bullshit, right? The channels that do and stuff like that. But, and you know what? Let me put it this way. Either you have a bright mind and know how to use it and know how to decipher bullshit when you see it. Because if it has no value, why is he keeping pushing? But again, the Proudfoots are paying him. It's like two people portraying that narrative. Like, don't look this way. No. look over here instead. But no, this is just bull. And he wants to sell this crap. But anyone knows kind of by now, SF Investigates, honestly, he's a dirtbag. He's just a dirtbag. Anyways, let's see. This is professionally trained SAR dog at 8:30 a.m. on the morning of Sebastian's appearance. This footage comes from the same camera that captured their surveillance. Okay, like we haven't seen this before. Okay, but anyways, okay. So we were just kind of taking a boo at that. What else was there? At a range, ground penetrating radar. Don't get me wrong. I don't know what's been done at the construction site. I simply must lay down. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, okay? Sweet dreams. Yeah, children are found all the time. Yep. All the time. The distraction. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, okay? If ground penetration has not been used at that construction site, I remember, we strongly believe that Suzanne Morphew was buried in cement underneath that house that Barry Morphew was working on. When Suzanne disappeared, 2 days later, Barry Morphew was, instead of his wife is missing, okay, right? Remember the missing wife that he killed? He was back at that construction site pouring cement 2 days later after his wife has disappeared on Mother's Day, right? Disappeared on Mother's Day. Plants a bike, tries to do the whole, she got abducted stuff and stuff like that. But I was certain that she was underneath that cement. And like I said, they wanted to use, they did use the ground penetrating radar, right? Because it can go, really deep underneath the ground and see if by chance. So it's not that I don't think that if that hasn't been done with that site, that it should be looked at if it hasn't been properly looked at, because there is a possibility, right? It's a smaller possibility, but it's still a possibility, since we don't know what happened to Sebastian, that maybe he could have bypassed everywhere. Doubt he was on Kellen Lane, obviously, but chances are unlikely. But it would still be something that you would want to make sure is checked off the list, right? Because always in my head, and the reason why I say this for myself is because Sebastian, he loved Minecraft, okay? It's a very popular game. Most of you guys that game know this, right? So, and Minecraft is about digging, making tunnels, building underneath, and it's kind of like a Lego game, almost like type of thing. But anyways, it became a very popular game amongst, the kids especially. But so I would think that maybe Sebastian, did take off out of there. But the whole shoe thing, that still blows me away, because it's really hard for me. If Sebastian took off to run away, we know that there's no sense to that. There's absolutely no sense that you're not going to take Snacky's knapsack, your Switch, your phone, something, right? That doesn't make sense, And I honestly don't know in my heart of hearts if I believe that Sebastian didn't have something on his feet. At the bare minimum, socks, perhaps. I'm not really seeing a barefooted. But so what would, if this goes against Sebastian's grain, what would have provoked him to do that? Okay, did he hear his mom and stepdad were talking on the phone, and hear something? But this goes against everything. The dogs are put up, but normally they're not put up, right? The timeline about the phone thing is 2 hours and 15 minutes. It said that she fell asleep at 10 o'clock, but then, it's just, we don't know if there was truly a thud at 10 o'clock. We just don't know, because it's Katie's timeline, and they just haven't shown themselves worthy of being believable. And you guys know how it is when we follow cases. If we can't buy what you're trying to sell us, because it's not it's not one thing, it's a ton of things. Yeah. So it's just, I would like, if they haven't used ground penetrating radar on that area, I think it would be a good thing to have it checked off for sure. But I all in Minecraft, but don't tell the kid. What'd you say? Hold on, is that English? I all in Minecraft, but don't tell the kids. Let me put, you know what? I really need to go to the bathroom. Just saying. Ladies gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm just gonna play just for a moment Mr. Ease again, okay, guys? What time is it? 9:25. 9:25. Okay. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit more of this.
To come and start doing some cleanup, some narrative shifting to muddy the waters, and it was fairly effective for a little while. I don't think anybody buys it anymore. Even people on that team are starting to question it because it's so over the top and ridiculous, right? So they started doing all of that. Chris comes out and does an appearance, all upset when it was being revealed that he was behind the scenes dropping narratives to certain creators to put all these rumors about Seth out there. That was back in December. And now we're at the 1-year anniversary, and it will have been 280 days since Katie had been out in public in any form or fashion advocating for her son to come home. Right. And it's with this, and it was, they tried to time it with this little creative narrative thing with the video. They got busted up by WSMV. So they actually did us a favor by releasing that early, because now it's not going to work. They're going to have to regroup and come up with something else. Yeah. So Sharon Marlowe, thank you for that. Video has them freaked out. It was their last hoax.
I think you're right.
I think they're absolutely desperate. And if you look at them,
thank you, Sharon.
You look at them. Look, I don't know what'll happen. I don't know if they'll be found guilty. I don't know if they'll win at trial. I don't know. But I absolutely believe they are the target. One or both of them are the targets of the investigation. I think they know it. I think everybody knows it. Everybody keeps telling us this, has told us this for a year. What else are we supposed to believe? And if you look at them, they look like they look terrible. They look like they've aged a decade, even since the summer. And when we saw them in the summer,
we saw them
were
in
like, man,
August,
they look terrible. They look like they'd aged 5 years then. They look like they've aged another 5 years from this point. So they're worried. They know it's bad. And so the writing on that is on the wall. In a way, it doesn't even matter what my opinion is. It doesn't matter what I think. Ultimately, what will matter is what Sumner County thinks. And it's obvious, I think, to all of us that Sumner County thinks that the Proud Feet, one or both of them, have a hand in Sebastian's disappearance. And that's where they're building their case. They talk with Seth reportedly nearly every day. They have an open, and Seth is thrilled with them. He said it multiple times since Sebastian's birthday that they're doing great. I believe in them. I think even Hong came out and said something like that the other day on Twitter.
I think it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, he said something like they're going to bring this baby home or something. And I don't know why he said that. Does he know something? Has he heard something? We've got Nick Berez acting like there's news coming. It feels like momentum. And
it does.
All feels like it's heading toward the Proud Feet. Now, some people will be like, you don't know. I need receipts. I know. Some people need authority figures to tell them what to think. We haven't had to do that here. We are a critical thinking group. Just like before we had somebody officially tell us this was a criminal investigation, we told you it was a criminal investigation. Mm-hmm. It was obviously a criminal investigation. Just like we told you that Seth didn't get a 3-hour break at the jail to go abduct Sebastian in the middle of the night. Some people.
Oh my goodness. Wasn't that the most ridiculous stuff ever? Huh. It's like Seth during his 3 hours that there he's unaccounted for 3 hours. So ridiculous. Some people's children. I swear to God, they were dropped on their heads when they came out of their freaking slide there. Okay. Okay. So I'm only gonna do one more thing tonight, and that is going to be because then I have to work on this video. Okay. This will be, let me see here. You guys can see that. Sebastian Rogers, 1 year. Okay. Tell me in chat right now. Put a 1, and I can only type so fast. Who wants their name for Sebastian Rogers on my video for tomorrow? Who's ever in chat right now? If you want me to, I will put your names on here in honor of Sebastian. So, let's see here. 1 second. Copy, duplicate page. And I'll change it up, but right now I'm just going to be taking names for the moment. Duplicate page. All right. Just for the sake of this part. Okay. Does anybody want their name for the video that I'm going to put out for tomorrow for Sebastian? Okay, true crime housewife. Okay. 1 second. Let me just move this over. True. Whoops. Let me spell that right. True crime housewife. Let's see here. Sharon Parker. Okay. Just trying to get names right now. Come back. Okay, hold on. Shirley C. Okay, Shirley and Lanny YOLO. Gotta love the YOLO. Okay, so Shirley C. Yanni YOLO. Okay. What else we got? Who else we got? Me too. S Dubs. All right. S Dubs. Unfortunately, there's not very many people in here tonight. Probably because it's too late for a lot of people. But I mean, if I was, it's too bad this channel doesn't get the views it deserves, to be honest with you. Come on. S. Okay, S Dubs. Okay, anybody else? Oh, Linda, why is your name so hard to spell? Linda Dink Alden. Gotta remember that. So Dink Eld. Yeah. Oh man, it's a brain one. That one. Linda Dink Eld. EIN. I think it is. Let me see if I'm right. At your current housewife. Ben would probably be, well, there's certain names that I'll definitely do, Bossy, for sure. Hey, all, you can add mine if you want, okay? All right, like there's certain names that I'll add regardless for sure, but thank you. Bossy, that's your call for me, Sunny. I don't want drama for you because of Mr. You-know-who. That's your call for me. I don't want drama for you because of Mr. You-know-who on there. Wait, so Bossy, do you want your name on here or no? You know me, YOLO. Miss Kim 77. 1 second. Miss Kim. Did I spell that right? Let me see. Yep, I did. Do. Dink Alden. I spelled yours right. Dink Alden. Yeah. And there. Thanks, Shirley. So, Bossy, do you want your name on here or no? I just want to be sure. Yes, I don't want drama for you because of it. Oh, I don't care about that stuff. If you think of no, of course not. Okay, but you're gonna get a capital B for bossing. And Karen, do you want your name on here as well? This is gonna be for Sebastian's video for tomorrow. Okay, Karen Elberini. Okay, all right. Of course. Anybody else? Anybody else? I know there's not a lot of people in here right now, which sucks for them, but but it's I'm not gonna I don't have time to play. I gave people the opportunity to send me something on email. Of course, nobody did, so I thought I would do it this way. I thought I would just keep it simple and just take down some names, whoever wanted to. So don't worry, I'll add Melissa, I'll add Ben, and Charmaine and Alexa. Okay. I know there's not a ton of people in here right now, but as long as you guys hit the like button, make sure you guys hit the like. I've only got 30. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's so quiet. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's too late or something like that. But usually there's more in here than this. But whatever. Okay. Sweet Alexa. I might as well just add those names while I'm here, I suppose. Alexa. A lot of people spell her name wrong. It's like that. Melissa. Like that. And Charmaine has to spell her name weird. Charmaine. Like that. And, well, I suppose Ben. Oh, Miss Dog Lover is going to want to be on here as well. What about support with Stuffa too? Miss Dog Lover. If anybody else comes in and wants their name on this video for Sebastian. Miss Dog Lover. Who else did I say? Said somebody else a second ago. Trying to go through my head. Miss Dog Lover. Who did I say? There was somebody else. Let me just look back and chat. It's a Monday. Oh, Charmaine's still here. Charmaine. Is there any main names? There's somebody that I just was gonna do. Oh, support with Stuffa. That was it. Thank you. Thank you for your brain remembering. Support with Stuffa. Oh, Lacey's gonna want her name on here too. Where's Lacey? Hold on. Lacey. Okay. Sunny, are your temps forming out for you finally? I mean, it's never, yeah, I mean, it's been pretty good. It was raining, it's been raining a lot tonight. It's 9 degrees here. Oh, how about Travis? Okay, fine. Travis. Yeah. We'll do Travis. Travis. I'll put Travis the lawyer. He'll know who. Travis. Okay. Thank you for subscribing. Go Ask Alice. Hey, Go Ask Alice. Did you want your name on this video for Sebastian for tomorrow? Oh, wait. Can you talk? I don't think you can talk yet. Hold on a second. Let's customize. 1 second. Let me scroll back up. Oh, no, it's on this one. My bad. Any duration. Save. There. Now you can talk. Hello, Mama 5. You want your name on here, right? All that matters is I'm here. Is that a fact, Jack? Yeah, got Steffa. Mama of 5. She'll want her name on here. Mama. Here, I gotta start moving some names around here. Give me some more space. Annie. Okay. Mama of 5. I think that's the way she spells it. Let me come back and take a look. Yeah. All right. Go ask Alice. I'll ask you again. Did you want your name on here? It's going to be for Sebastian's 1-year video for tomorrow. I'm here. There you are. Did you want your name on here for when I make the video? It will be for Sebastian's 1-year video. You guys know I have the Eye of the Tiger or whatever already. So this will be for his 1-year video. Okay. I need a glass of whiskey, please. S-Dubs, you might want to ask. Just go ask Katie. Okay. She has them. I'm overly tired and smoked out. Go ask Alex. Sorry. Yeah. But just let me know, because I don't want to put anybody's name on here except for Mama 5. I just put it on there. But if you want your name on here, I'll put it on here as well. Go ask Alice. But just let me know. Oh, hi guys. My name on what? Okay, it's a video for Sebastian Rogers. Like, meaning I'm going to just do a small video for Sebastian Rogers, and for anyone that wants to honor Sebastian Rogers' case in a sense, in the video I will put your name on it. Yeah. So it's just basically people that are following the case that really care about Sebastian Rogers, and if they want to have their name in this video to be shown, then I will. Okay. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Go ask Alice. Okay. Okay. There's go ask Alice. Okay. I'm just trying to grab some names from people that are in here and see. Oh, Crafty Mama. Oh, Karen Powers wants it. Okay, wait. Karen Powers. Yeah, I want you guys to feel special about this too, for the people that follow the case. So I have no problem. You know me. And Crafty Mama 733. Yeah. Or just want Crafty Mama. Just want Crafty Mama. Okay. Make sure I'm not. Okay. Oops. I gotta learn to spell your name right. Crafty Mama. Okay. Oh, Ivy. Nah, she doesn't really follow this case. So to be honest with you, she's Delphi. What about Helen? All right. Could apply to any Helen. But yes, Helen Penrith, I think it is, or whatever. I'm not sure how to spell her last name. I think it's Helen P. We'll say Helen P. So I'm not sure exactly how you spell her name. I cry over this case. Absolutely. Yeah. It's just a nice way because, like I said, just to create a video that have people that really care about this case and have their names on it. No, Deb doesn't follow this case. Yeah. Same. Absolutely. Go ask Alice. Yeah. Babysitting my 8-month-old great-grandniece. She's wound up. You know what? I'll take her. I've always wanted a girl. So I'll take her. I'd be a great babysitter and a great mother. Just saying. Oh, wait. Okay. You know what? Just give me a second here. I'm going to be right back. So while I'm doing that, let me just Is this one? I'll just play this song for a minute.
Flashing lights dance with fire in the night. I'm wired. Watch the time pass us by. Is this feeling lying? Could you pass the lighter? Yeah, I'm trying to keep my cool. Nicotine in my veins, flaming up the sides. What am I supposed to do? Cause it feels so good. Feeling wild like a zoo. Put me in a mood. Put me in a mood. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Yeah. Moving through all my feels, you're blurring up my vision. Watching your every smile like your television. In your eyes I see myself, I'm falling. Make it make sense, it must be the temptation speaking. What am I supposed to do? Cause it feels so good. Feeling wild like a zoo. Put me in a mood. Put me in a mood. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get in?
Okay, Sharon. You good, Sharon? Yeah. So, here, let me stop screen for a second. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, if I went to my channel, am I sharing? Okay, so you see posts? Just go to the channel, click on posts right there. Okay, click on posts right here. Okay, and then you'll see that. Okay, now it's not as big as this. It's just, like I said. There's the Sebastian Rogers one as well. There, if anyone does want to grab that as well. So again, for anyone, if there's anyone that's in here that hasn't heard, is that so does that they changed names? Yeah, they changed it to posts. Yeah. Okay. Did you see what it was? See underneath posts? You can go there and find it. Okay. So again, for anyone that is watching this now, I can't add names tomorrow because I have to work till 5:30, and then when I get home, I'll be preparing for the live. So anyone that's in here today, that's in here right now, can have their names added for the video for Sebastian Rogers. So I'm going to give like 11 more minutes tops for anyone that comes in here, that if they want to add their name. So let me go back to that for a sec now again. Okay, so awesome. I hope we get him home soon. Absolutely. Ooh. Oh, I guess you know what? Let's put Seth's name. Gotta put Seth's name. I'll put Seth and Tony. Tony's with a Y, right? For him? Yeah, because an I would be female. Okay, we'll put Seth and Tony. We'll do that. Gotta do that. Yeah, I gotta try to whip this out in the next hour. Approximately. I know that's not gonna happen. Okay, did you get it? So again, for tomorrow, you guys, again, go to the community post. You'll see the avatar that I made for my own, which is this one here, obviously. So in honor of Sebastian for his 1 year, hopefully everyone can apply this avatar or their own for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers for his 1 year. Yeah. You know, so, oops, 1 second here. Good idea. They really bust their humps for Sebastian. Oops, still got my thing on. Okay. Huh. Sunny, I hope you go viral one day so you can do this full time. That would be amazing if I could. You know, I like doing things that are my passion. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my job, but I mean, it's one of those things too, is, you know, it would be a goal for sure. You know, we'll maybe one day, maybe if I, you know, be one of those dirty slime balls that you know, I can never be that way, sadly. You know, there's people that trick you to sit there and watch their videos. There's one person yesterday, I think her name was Bessie or something. Okay, I know she was in chat, but you know, it really makes me laugh because my yesterday's thumbnail, right, was for the interview for the upcoming one for WSNV. Okay, so Bessie leaves this comment that says, basically, not impressed with your clickbait thumbnail type of thing, something like that. And I'm like, do you have any brain cells? Seriously? You know, sometimes people just piss me off. I never clickbait. If you had 2 brain cells in your head at all, you know, it said Proudfoot interview. Obviously, if you follow the case, you know that there's no Proudfoot interview. Right at the thumbnail that I used was for the interview coming up, and it was to discuss it. I'm so sorry that I can't write over 100 words for the title when you're typing. So I always put Sebastian Rogers, and I put Proudfoot interview, and then I said something like, "Where is Sebastian Rogers?" or whatever. You know, but when people are that dense, you know, stay out of here if you're that dense, you know, to leave a comment that was some sort of clickbait thumbnail and it doesn't look good on you or something like that. And that it just came, it's so rude. So usually my sarcasm comes back out because I just can't stand that type of stupidity. Like, really? It's just like, come on, grab a brain cell. I mean, if you look at the thumbnail, it's for the interview coming up, duh, you know. If you're able to do what you're passionate about, it doesn't, right? Absolutely. That's why when I do like paintings and stuff like that, you know, like pretty much all the managers where I work have paintings. That's what I gave them for Christmas time. And anyways, and you know, but for me, it's just something that I do because it's very relaxing and I enjoy it. I enjoy coming here to see my family because you guys are my family to me, the people that especially have been here for a long time, or the newcomers that become part of the family. People come, people go. I realize that, you know, at the end of the day, but there's, you know, long haulers here. Sometimes people get pissed off if you say something wrong and then they ditch you like a sack of potatoes, and that's fine as well. It happens in real life, you know, and stuff like that. I've never had a lot of friends because I never needed a lot of friends. I just needed truly good friends. I found some amazing people online. Again, you guys truly are my family. My own family can go suck ass, honestly. But when I come here, it's like this is my space, and it's kind of like family. I've always, even at my jobs, like anything I've worked at, customers coming in, it's always making them feel like that you're a family member coming in and stuff like that. You know, so trust me when I say I love the support for anyone that subscribes to the channel, you know, and again, likes to talk about cases and talk about facts and still feel like I said, you're part of a family. You're more than welcome here by all means. But again, you know, it's kind of one of those things. right? Life will take me or you guys wherever it goes. You know, I have no real expectation. So if I go viral one day, so be it, you know, or something like that. Yeah, you're the annoying cousin. Definitely. Definitely. Thank you, Mama 5. How rude. Wait, Lisa, do I not have your name on here? Lisa. How rude. All right, Lisa. See, there it was the whole time. Just saying. Okay. Let's see here. On disability now. Only thing I do is babysitting. Yeah. Poor thing. That's how I felt as a nurse. Never a job. That's good. Yep. You got this, my friend. Okay, so I got 5 more minutes, you guys, and then I'll be heading off. I get so tired of those people. It's like they bounce from chat to chat and to insult people. Oh yeah, I mean I see them all the time. Actually, what makes me laugh, Jeff H, friend, is when I see you in a bunch of Sebastian lives, and I barely see your ass in this chat, friend. You know, I see Bogey Street as well in Sebastian lives. She used to frequent here. I don't know. Maybe I pissed in her cornflakes too at some occasion. I don't know. People come, people go on there. But sometimes it's funny when I'm watching channels. I'm like, wait, you always used to come in my channel. And then they just disappear. And it's because there's truly no loyalty in a sense, right? There's some people that are loyal to the bone. I'm a loyal to the bone type of person, you know, but don't backstab me. Don't lie to me because I don't put up with that shit. Yeah. I just like people that have my back. I have theirs. None of this play games, play head games. Lisa does this all the time, though. She tries to, like, honestly, she tries to charge me up all the time, but it doesn't work. It ends up being funny. I'm an occasional rude family that never leaves. I'm just occasional. Gang got Sebastian, but won't let me change my pick. Oh, yeah. Somebody explain to Sharon Parker how to change your pick over there. This is so surprising for me. What a great channel. You are all so friendly. Hope your channel just blossoms. Great. Yeah, just go ask Alice. Like I said, you know, everyone, whatever, if they like the channel, or don't like the channel, it's each to their own. For us, yes, it is a great family. But I will never allow people in this channel that cause trouble and stir up stuff. I've had it this way for a long time. I got over 1,000 people blocked at least because I just can't be asked. I'm not going to deal with trolls. I'm not going to deal with ignorant people. If we can't just be, have great conversations and talk about cases and get along because we're adults, and have some laughs along the way and stuff like that, then other than that, don't want you in the channel, because again, we're not here to let all these trolls, try to sit there and take over and be so ignorant and rude. I mean, we're grown-ups, correct? Not that I have a perfect mouth, because I don't, but I'm just saying, right? There's a difference. We just don't allow trolls to come in here and start trashing other people and their thoughts and stuff like that. How do you know I'm a jokester? I don't. I'm just using my ESP. I'm intuitive, right? Okay. We all want the same thing. Sebastian home. Absolutely. That's what it's about. It's about talking about Sebastian. Sometimes people in chat, they'll talk about their health and their different things going on in their life and stuff like that. Right. Because again, we're family here. So it's okay. You're not going to get booted for, stupid things. You're not going to get booted because you say a channel's name. Even if I don't like that channel, it doesn't matter. It's fine. As long as we just respect each other's opinions, because we're not here to try to take away, but just give our thoughts. We are entitled as individuals to our own opinions in lives because it's familiar and comforting. Right. Channel pick before. Well, Sharon, in that one, I think that's you guys. Only because I haven't done that one. Is that one in is that one in Google, right? That one's in Google. where if you open up your Google, right? Let me see here. I'm pretty sure that that's where it is, right? Stop screen for a sec. Share screen, new tab, share. Okay. Isn't it, you guys, just to ask you, because I haven't had to do this in a while, isn't it right up here in the corner, new tab? Right here, where you just change your pick. Right here, change. Right here. Okay, Sharon? Just open up your Google. And then right here, change. Sometimes I'm up smart. Okay. So let's see. Is there anybody else in here, last chance, that wants their name put on the video that I'm making for Sebastian's 1 year tomorrow? Bossy, that's so sweet. I have to read this because it's so sweet. And it's such a beautiful thing. And I wish the same back at you, Bossy. Sonny, I've watched you grow as a person and true crime creator over the past few years. And I truly wish you the best in life and success for you. I wish it back for all of you guys as well. That's so sweet. Thank you, Bossy. I'm exactly that. Just want Sebastian to walk up and say, hi, I'm home. Daddy. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. I really do hope a lot of you guys come with the Sebastian logo on your, I just showed you guys how to do it, on your avatars tomorrow. Would mean a lot. Thank you. Yeah. It's comfortable. It's cozy. It's time to, maybe it's, see, maybe it's still fire time season. Should be showing the fireplace still. Yeah, Joan favor. Okay, send it. Okay, let's see here. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Sebastian home. I get busy sometimes or take breaks. I get it. We all have to. You're definitely loyal, Sharon. Yeah. If Sharon could probably have me play 24/7. But anyways, thanks for the lovely comments. Let's see here. Is there anybody else before? Yep, it's midnight here, officially February 25th. Ooh, you got that actually. That was at 9 o'clock. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Go ask Alice. Okay. You know what? Well, we're going to leave it at that. You guys, I need to go work on this video for tomorrow. So you guys, thank you guys so much. Don't forget, again, please hit that like button for Sebastian. Hit the share button. Keep his story alive and out there. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, of course, mods, newcomers, and everybody. And other than that, again, prayers for Sebastian. And thank you, Seth, for coming into the live today and, and just letting your presence be known. It meant a lot. I just want to say for all of us that follow this case and have your back and have, most of all, just want Sebastian to come home. Thank you, guys. Okay, guys. Gotta go work on this. I only got so much time before work comes. All right. So anyways, bless your caring hearts. Okay, well, guys, see you tomorrow. All right. I gotta find the extra. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna go out with this.
That's enough. That's enough.